What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a makeup tutorial using a very highly rated foundation that is only about $11, as well as an eyeshadow palette from Makeup Revolution. Love this brand, and this palette is about $8, $7 to $8, which you can't beat with those prices. Like, these products are awesome. I loved everything that I used today. So yeah, if you want to see how I achieve this makeup look, it's a very nice fall look. Then let's get on into the video. All right, so before I do anything, I'm gonna go in with my brows, and I'm just gonna be taking a spoolie and brushing them up. Then to do my brows, I'm gonna use the Benefit Ka-Brow Pomade. This is what I got in my large Sephora haul. And again, the brush is right here, and the pomade is inside. So I'm gonna dip it in there and just go and shape them on up. Then to make them just look a little more like fluffy and a little more not as put together, I'm going to be going in with the Brow Gal, the Instant Brow Hair Tinted Brow Gel. Looks like this. It's that little spoolie. It's got microfibers in it, so it looks more like actual brow hairs. I'm just going to brush upwards with it. Make them look a little more fluffy and voluminous looking. That's kind of what's in right now, is a little more fluffed up brows instead of like laid down and flat, making them look a little more up there. Before I use the eyeshadow that I'm going to use today, I'm going to go ahead and set my lids because I'm going to do my eyeshadow first. This palette, I'm pretty sure, has a good amount of fallout in it, and I don't want it to mess up my foundation, so I'm going to go with my eyes first. I'm just going to use my Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. Put a little bit on my lids and set them down. So I went ahead and set down my lids with powder, and now for the eyeshadow palette. This is the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Iconic Neutrals 2 palette. It looks like this. This palette is only $7 from Ulta. This is one that I've been eyeing for a while because of the warm shades, but I didn't want to use it in the summertime, so it is almost officially fall. If it's not officially fall, I don't keep up with that kind of stuff, but I'm going to be using this one today. Alrighty, so taking my Y16 brush from Morphe, I will use this shade right here. Now, none of these shades are named. It is a very affordable palette, so I wouldn't expect them to do that. And I'm just gonna pop this into my crease as my transition shade. Then layering on top of that shade, I'm going to go in with this light brown shade right here. Now, I'm not going to go as far up as I did with this first shade, but this is just going to give it some definition in the crease. These shades are definitely coming off more pinky than I thought. It looks brown in the pan, but I'm not hating. Pink shadows tend to scare people and they think it makes them look sick. But what the trick is you don't want to go too far in with it. You want to kind of keep it and stop it right there. Because I feel like if you go too far in, or if you bring it too far down on your lower lash line, then yeah, that's going to make you look sick. But the trick is just don't pull it all the way into the inner tear duct of your eye. Then I'm going to go in with this Morphe brush. It doesn't have a name on it. It comes in like a 4 or 5 pack. And it's just like the eye brushes. It looks like that. And I'm gonna go in with this dark brown shade right here, and I'm just gonna pop that in to my outer corner and focus it on that outer corner. All right, and then for my lid shade, I'm gonna use this really pretty pinky shade right here. I'm anxious to try this one out. I'm gonna go in with that Alamar brush from my BoxyCharm video and spray this down. Smashbox primer water. Let's do a little spritty. Oh, wrong way, baby. That was like my face. Spritty. This looks like, yeah, it's gonna have like some flecks of gold in there to really make it pop. All right, then I'm gonna blend those two shades together using the same brush that I went on with that dark shadow, and just blend those two together and up in the crease. Okie dokie, now for liner, I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. This is another product that I got in my Sephora haul. And I don't know if I'm gonna do a wing today or not. Y'all, I was about getting ready to film and I was literally sitting down to start and I hear a doorbell ring and the knock at the door. And I was like, who could that be? And then I remembered, it's the Pest Man. So like I'm in this sweatshirt with my pajama pants on and I'm like, okay, let me go change. Good thing I didn't have half of my makeup done during the filming. He was like, I will be right out of your hair. Yes, sir, thank you. I'm gonna curl my lashes and throw on some mascara. For mascara, I'm gonna use the Monsieur Big from Lancome mascara. I got this during the Ulta sale. I'm gonna pop that on. Now you could definitely leave your mascara like this, but I'm gonna be extra and pop on some lashes. The ones that I'm gonna be using today are from the brand Kiss. You can get these at Walgreens or CVS. I don't think you can get these at Walmart. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the Lash Couture collection. This is in the style Corset. Now these can be a little intimidating, but they are the least dramatic of this collection. So I'm gonna pop on some lashes and I'll be right back. The difference is incredible. All right, now before we go into the bottom lash area, I'm going to be doing my face before I do all that. So to prime my face, I'm gonna be using Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I actually found this, you guys, at Marshall's. Typically one of these is like $30 from Sephora, and I got two for like $22, so that's kind of amazing. Okay, for the showstopper of the video, we are going to be using the Catrice Cosmetics HD Liquid Foundation in the shade Sand Beige. Now this just came out like recently. Also, you can see this glue. Don't be alarmed. It will dry, I promise. It's not going to stay like that. This has come out like, I think a week ago, or maybe a few days ago, and people are all over YouTube about it. It's got a glass bottle that's frosted with a dropper like that, and it's $11. This shade is a smidge light for me. Speaking of shades, there's only like 5 shades. That's like the weird thing about it right now. I went to Ulta yesterday and picked this up, and I was like, where are all the shades? And apparently they only came out with a few, and then I think they're coming out with more, or maybe like they haven't sent all of them out yet. I'm like very confused. But this one is in sand beige, so I thought it was actually going to be too dark for me. And I mean, right now I'm not self-tanned, so it might be just right. I just don't like how light it is. I don't know. Okay, then I'm going to be going in with my beauty blender and just blend it all out. Make sure when you go in with the sponge, I don't know if I ever said this in any video, make sure to wet the sponge, like make it to where it soaks into the sponge, and then wring the water out, because that'll be able to make the sponge get bigger and be able to work its magic. Now this is a matte foundation, so if you don't like matte foundations, this is not the one for you, because it is matte. There is no glow to it whatsoever, but as you can tell, it covered up everything pretty nicely. This one's still coming through, but you can always fix that with concealer, which is what I'm gonna do today. But this is the foundation. It's very, very matte, but it doesn't look drying on my face, so I like it. For concealer, I'm gonna use, again, the Makeup Revolution concealer, and just put that under my eyes. And this concealer is pretty dewy, so it'll, if you don't like love how matte it is, this will take away some of that. Then to set my under eye and the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with the Cover FX Translucent Light Perfect Setting Powder. This is one of those products that I got in my Sephora haul, and I have been using it, and I really, really love it. It's super, super like silky, and it's just all around nice. Now that we're looking white as Casper, I'm gonna teach you guys my little trick. So to get extra coverage as well as layering on a little more powder, I'm gonna use the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Powder Foundation in the shade Natural. Now this is, again, a powder foundation, so it's gonna be a little more coverage. This is gonna make your foundation and your face just look seamless. So I take a huge brush from Morphe. This is the E1 brush, you can tell. And I'm just gonna swirl it around in there and just pounce it onto my face. Just avoid your under eye area to make it still look light. To contour up the face, I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Pro Glow palette, and it looks like this on the inside, and I'm just gonna use this shade right here. This is the shade Sculpt. Pick up some of that on my Wet n Wild P65 brush. Love this brush. And contour out the cheekbones. Take a little more of that contour shade onto my Morphe R37 brush and just contour out my nose just to bring back some color. And how I would recommend blending out your nose contour is not brushing up and down, or not taking another brush and like blending it out. I would take the Morphe Y2 brush or any like dense fluffy brush and just pounce on top of it. This will help blend out the shade without actually having to like do brush strokes, because if you do that, it could take out some of the powder and some of the foundation underneath, and it's just patchy. So, what a difference. Then for bronzer, I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Omega Bronzer. She's a hot penny. She is a hot penny, but she is a hot product. So, big old pan like this. And I'm gonna take a Morphe G8 brush, looks like this, and go into that and bronze her up. Then I'm gonna grab my LeBlanc 1205 brush. This is the stippling brush. Just blend out anything that could have gotten harsh or patchy. Then I'm gonna start on my under eye area, and I'm gonna go back into that eyeshadow palette that we were using earlier. I'm gonna take a Morphe Y20 brush and then go into that first shade that we used right there and just buff that out under my eye. Again, these are pink shades, so I'm not gonna bring it too far down, just enough to have some dimension under the eye. Then I'm gonna take a brush from that same Morphe eye brush set that I was talking about earlier, and then I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna just go straight into that dark brown shade and focus this on the outer corner of my eye. I'm not gonna bring this all the way in. Alrighty, so I threw on some under eye mascara, bottom lash, and now I'm gonna go back into that Tarte Pro Glow palette, and I'm gonna use the lightest shade in the palette called, called Strobe right here. Using the Morphe M213 brush, I'm gonna take a little bit of that and highlight my brow bone. I'm also gonna use this shade to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. For blush, I'm gonna use the Burt's Bees blush in the shade Toasted Cinnamon. This is a really nice blush if you have like a super dramatic eye going on. If you want more of a subtle, like natural blush, this is the way to go. And I'm gonna use the AOA Studio F14 brush like this. It's a very, very, very affordable brush. I think it's like $1. So yeah, I'm gonna use this on my cheekbones. Then for highlight, this is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in this shade. I think I've used this before, but this is that gold shade. Man, I'm telling you, this highlight has been killing it. It has been talked about over high-end highlights, because this one is just amazing. And you can get more shades in this collection. Hold on, I'm gonna blend this out, I promise. They have recently come out with a peach one that's really pretty. I don't know about wearing it in the fall though. In the fall, I love gold highlights, but it is a very pretty peach shade. Then for liquid lipstick, I'm gonna be using the Pixi Matte Last Liquid Lip in the shade Pastel Petal. I got this from Target, and I absolutely love this shade. And the doe foot applicator is really nice too. You can really get a good point. Then I'm gonna set my whole face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. This is their original primer water. And go in. Alright guys, and that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed this look. It was very highly requested to use that certain palette. I will go back and use the more green palette in another video, but I just wanted to give you guys some options of an affordable foundation and an affordable eyeshadow palette. You can get those at Ulta. Ulta has a ton of awesome like drugstore brands that you may have never heard of, so go check them out. So be sure to leave comments down below letting me know what videos you want to see from me next. Make sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button, and make sure that you click always and not just sometimes, so that you will be notified next time that I upload a video. So until then, I hope you all have a great rest of the day and a great rest of the week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.